Okay, hey there YouTube, I'm Ikitsu, this is the Ikitsu Times, welcome to my channel, welcome to a little bit of Ixion. So we are at the point now where we are going to head on over to the next area. At this stage we've got like all the resources basically plundered as we can, or as many as we can. So yeah, do I think that we're like going to be in a great state after this? We'll find out.
In accordance with Stanford procedures, all ships must return to the Tycoon before Vol jump initiation.
Okay, so this little guy should be heading in. Yep, disappeared. Looks good. Yeah, so we've really scoured the area for all the resources, but we could technically have gotten a little bit more, it's just not worth it. We're reaching a point of self-sufficiency pretty much, like, at where we are. The thing that we actually need to do is kind of this weird thing where the more people we awaken out of cryopods, the less reliant we are on external resources. So I actually am roughly at the point where I would be best off if I just got everybody out of the cryopods, had a full-fledged civilian sector, and then used that as my way of fueling everything on the ship here, because there's not really any point in me trying to get everything by mining, except for the fact that, you know, might as well do that to get a head start on all those ingredients and resources, and then that way I've got sort of the ability to build as well as be self-sufficient, because right now we're just being self-sufficient and we're not building, so we want to do both. Alright, so this is where the Piranesi is. We will have to fight it eventually, but the trick to this map is to not activate it right away, and to go as slow as we can before triggering that fight.
Jump complete. Running preliminary diagnostics.
Our stuff is exploding again.
Irreversible damage to the Tycoon.
I still don't like this mechanic.
Calculations indicate the system's pulsar is dormant.
That's good.
Sensors have located the Piranesi, currently powered down. You must find a way to retrieve the Remus coordinates from it. Act with extreme caution, Administrator.
Alright, so at this stage, there's the Piranesi here. There's the PSR, this is the Nova thing. Should be able to send stuff into it safely. We can send stuff into here safely. If I send something to Piranesi, what it does is it activates it, and we don't want that to happen, so I'm just going to try and find other points of interest first. Especially because apparently like jumping from points of interest is one of the ways that you survive this mission, so going to be kind of important. Okay, I think we actually built a... Yeah, technically I've got a missile countermeasure loaded up in there, and you know what, that's fine. I don't need to go that fast, we can just sort of take this nice and easy like we do normally. But yeah, what I seriously am considering doing right now is readying myself for opening up a new sector and turning it into a housing sector and just unlocking every single one of these pods here. We're already like going through a bunch of them into Sector 6 here, getting them more population, but it'll be easier for me to feed everybody if I've got even more sort of space set up for that. So the last two sectors, if we're going to get two more sectors, is really probably going to be like a civilian sector, and then another one is going to probably be a storage sector, probably. I think that would basically fill in everything I need. Alright. I'm okay with actually activating even more of these things, but we're already full on like our food storage here, so it's not like we could actually use those. The thing that we're really short on is technically these little guys, so let's try and find more silicone. I thought I saw, like, there we go. Okay, also... Wait, have I got one there already? Yeah, it's already collecting. Okay.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Okay, so that'll help us get a little bit of that science rolling in a little bit faster. Now, we're already, like, capped on a bunch of stuff here. So, like, that's helpful. But, yeah. Gonna have a bit of problems here in the sense that I need to get rid of this ice. When you have too much of a resource and it's like something that's kind of janky and you don't really need it that badly, you can actually just burn that resource by destroying the stockpile. Ice is one of those weird resources, though, that you kind of don't really have the ability to get a lot more of necessarily. So it might be better for me to get another cache of that. Yeah, that is a lot of silicone. Okay, let's get ready to start processing that stuff here. So just have to turn this back on again. We've got plenty of people, we've got plenty of stuff that can work with that. How's Sector 6 doing for pop? I don't want to go over like 1,000 by too much there, even though we like want to get up there. We don't necessarily want to go like too high. But should be fine. We're at cap hull here. I need to turn this off. So we're getting minus 52 when I turn one off, so... yeah. We're at that point where having two of them turned on is probably like required for us to like maintain an even balance kind of thing there. Alright, let's get some more probes launched. Silicon really is the only like thing I really need more of right now. Like, I do need a lot of other things, but that's like the most vital sort of one for us for the next little bit here, just as I get myself into a state where we got enough silicone to build everything I'm going to need here. Because our alloy, very, very high. Our iron has collapsed down to 0, unfortunately. We have finally used up the last of it. But we technically are fine with that because, like, even though our hull is consuming a lot of alloys, we're capable of creating a lot of alloys for free, so... well, not free, but our garbage stockpiles are pretty high right now. I could use those to create more computer chips, but it's fine. I wouldn't mind getting another source of iron in some ways. Unbelievably, I did end up consuming like 100% of that science that I had in that previous chapter. Like, feels surreal to get that much of it.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Didn't I have a science ship over here? Did I lose one? I might have accidentally sent it back. Or there might be actually a different problem going on here. Triceps, like, some of our mining ships are really high level and some of them are not. Alright, I'm gonna just send Oppenheimer down here and see what happens. Could have sworn I already had someone down here, but... alright. Don't we have a science ship here?
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Okay. Transmission from Bureau's team, we've landed on 12H plant with intense geological activity. Fissures expel gas in the atmosphere and canyons run deep across the plant's surface. We have located a stable area where we should be able to study 12H's phenomena. I'm going to double check this, but I believe that this one we want to... I think we lose people regardless of what we do here, but we get the most out of this one. We'll pick this guy because he's like right there already. Pretty sure like people die here no matter what we do, so just try and limit that. If I recall correctly, they also don't count as dead for other purposes like achievements or whatever, but still. best to try and avoid casualties where possible. Let's try and get some of that iron. I saw like a big spike of it up here somewhere. Just having a source available, I think, is going to be useful. And we'll drop it there. Okay. Oh, we got that tech there. Let's we got everything can become storage, which is a big increase in our storage stuff there. Probe construction speed might be really valuable here, but let's go with the advanced sensors. That way I don't have to throw as many of them out there, which I think is going to be a little bit better, honestly. Could have sworn there was a big source of iron up there somewhere, but I guess I'm just going crazy. Alright, let's see where this is leading us here. Right there, apparently. Now, I believe that we take damage if we go into this stuff. It's apparently safe for us to head into, but I think that's partly not true. So we'll have to see how that goes. In the meantime... This is every 3 cycles we get 1 chip from this thing. It takes forever. You know, we've taken all of these to the max finally.
Caution. Hull integrity below 50%.
We have so little leeway right now. It's kind of annoying. Okay, so Oppenheimer's gotten all of that stuff. Let's send it to PSR B12 blah blah blah. Another one out here. This guy can get this, I guess. Oh god, I'm gonna have to check this, I think. We have located a promontory where we could find land of Faraday. Conditions on the planet are extremely dangerous. Soaring temperatures, unusual gravity. We recommend only a quick surface analysis opposed to any further exploration that could lead to human and material loss. Usually, because it says we've got this because we've unlocked it through exoskeletons, that usually means it's safe, but I don't trust this game one whit, which is why I'm checking. Okay, so we can lose our science ship, but we can maintain the cryopods. Apparently the best is to just do the surface scan, which is really stupid. Like, this is why I hate this game sometimes. Doesn't even give us a good result if we do it. Alright, let's do this. I hate you, game. Just putzing with me, really. It's not even, like, trying to be remotely fair on those events there. Okay. Well, that saves me a couple of chips, though, so that's really good. Alright, let's get some more upgrades on our probes. I don't necessarily need our probes to move faster.
A new request awaits your attention.
Alright, what do you guys want? Do I have the tech for this? Exo-fighting dome. I do have it unlocked. I think I remember doing that because I had to for stupid reasons. Okay. We probably want to start working on this then, so that I can start getting that next sector that we're going to put that into. It's a big building, and you want to put it in sort of a residentially type area. It will by itself kind of be a pretty big boost, though. Do I have enough chips? I don't know if I have enough in the ship here.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Cool. Yeah, I really dislike this one. It's like, it's dangerous, and then it's like, hey, because you've done this research and because you're spending so many resources, you can take this option instead. And it's like, no, we're still gonna like screw you over for doing that. Like, obviously, that's because it's dangerous, right? So like, what the hell's the point of getting that like research? There we go. Okay. Makes it feel like you're getting cheated, right? In least ways, that's my opinion of it.
A science ship has arrived at its destination.
Alright. Well, let's see if we can figure out what to do roughly here. We've descended into the atmosphere of 12G. Updrafts and downdrafts of ionized hydrogen form purple shade tornadoes and immense green cumulonimbus clouds. A grouping of tornadoes surround and encircle a massive cyclone on the planet large enough in size to be observed from space. I feel like this should be fine, like, right? Like, technically this should work, but we're probably going to get punished for it. Okay, I'm reading this and I have no idea what the hell is going on here. Apparently, again, it looks like, again, you're supposed to just use the, like, basic analysis only. Which is weird. Like, why would you be penalized for sending in a drone in this sort of situation? Like, I don't get it. I really don't get what they're going for with those. It feels very much like they just want to make it more difficult, so they start throwing you, like, unexpected curveballs where you can't really predict what you're supposed to pick. But given the nature of things, that just makes things kind of worse. Like, I certainly don't think that's an improvement on matters. I'm going to turn on this thing. Okay. In any event, though, I pretty much am going to be, like, fine with things as they are for the next little while. Trying to think of what I probably am going to need here. The gateway upgrade would theoretically be kind of okay, but it, like, at the end of the day, you're not really saving that much off of it. We're finally reaching that point where I just don't actually have to care about our text too much here, because we're kind of, like, getting everything we need. We're kind of, like, at that stage where we've got, like, most of what we need already. Okay, so we can do History of Violence. We can get up to 5,000 crew pretty easily. We're almost there. How come we're not getting any of our this stuff, like, brought in here?
Science ship team has completed a task.
What's going on? Okay, so after several meteorological surveys, we have concluded proposed theoretical models of PSR B1257 12G are insufficient. They do not account for the pulsar activity of the system and its impact on atmospheric mechanics. And then we hit leave the planet, and then we get screwed over. While we prepare to depart from 12G, the crew of the Oppenheimer spots something unusual, different from observed meteorological phenomena. A translucent tubular formation pierces the cloud cover and rises high into the atmosphere. So we're supposed to do this part, and then we're supposed to just leave. I think. I'm not going to double check. Alright, looks like gear. Nope. Faraday? I can send Faraday over to unknown structure, which sounds safe. Okay, we'll send more of these out. Anyway, we've got some time of building stuff. I don't get why this is not sending stuff over to here. This might be a reset game kind of moment. This could also be I set Sector 5 to acquire iron? What's going on here? Oh, this is what's going on. Aha. Gonna hit pause on both of these. It was being sent to other buildings. That was what happened. That also took a bunch of my chips, but you know what? That's fine. We did want to get this other stuff done here. Alright, where's our science ships at? This guy... Okay. The first received images of the Oppenheimer indeed reveal the presence of a huge and translucent tubular formation. Upon approach, it appears to possess luminescent properties around the formation of meteorological activity. It's almost calm, and glimpses of the planet's telluric core can be seen. The captured imagery disproves the hypothesis of crew hallucination, and the team wishes to continue further analysis. Leave. This whole process was very stupid. Alright, we got history of violence researched. We can even go ahead and get the next one, but... Tech Lab is 100% researched already. The electronics factory being better might be okay, but all we get is, like, not improvements that I really need. Could start working on cell housing. Technically, I think we're going to want to build some cell housing, but I don't really know how much we need of that, really. We'll start working on it. Alright.
An accident has occurred.
Oh. Okay, so something weird happened over here. That's probably because of these things. So unfortunately I have to go back, but you know what? That's fine. I'm just going to head back a little bit. We'll get back to here pretty quickly. The reason is, like, I was accidentally on overwork. That's because I accidentally did these, which I was not actually intending to build yet. I just had them spaced out. So that put us onto overwork conditions, and then that kind of spiraled into whatever problem this is. So I can fix this by going back to the previous save, and I'll have to do that. So I'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. So I've skipped ahead a lot because a lot of the quests here I don't really think make a ton of sense, but I want to sort of show progress, I guess, so it didn't jump too far ahead. We've got ourselves another sector that we've opened up, and this is going to be a population sector, so we start putting up cell housing. Cell housing is interesting because it can house a ton of people. People are unhappy living in it, but it only requires 1 power for a very, very large number of people. And there's an upgrade in tech as well that can increase that by another 30%, so we can increase that even more. So we'll check out this stuff here. I think that's this one. Yeah, so we managed to look at a bunch of fragmented wrecks here. Managed to find a bunch of science and 800 capsule people. Still in proper place in the Tycoon. Let's not make the mistakes we know are possible. So what's weird is that, like, the wreck here is our stuff. And so it's like some sort of weird doppelganger or whatever, but... yeah, I'm not too sure what we're supposed to take from this, honestly. So we can now dismantle this, but, yeah, I'm not really sure what's supposed to be going on. It's like a clone of our ship or something like that. Not really something that I think they're going to have an easy time explaining what happened there, but you know, weird stuff with time travel, I guess, alternate universes, but yeah. Meantime, we did build our Exo Fighting Center. It's over here. You can see these like exosuits fighting in there, punching each other. It'd be interesting if like the penalty for having this was occasionally people die, but instead we've got like +6 happiness over here. We got like +8 happiness over here. We got like, you know, so much happiness everywhere. Everyone's just ridiculously happy. So that's good. Now, the main thing that's going to be like a difficulty from now on is I don't have any real way to get more energy. The only way I can get more energy is by getting a nuclear facility, which is bad. I don't even remember where to build this thing from. I think it's a factory, technically. It costs 180 alloy, 3 chips, 20 energy to use. The energy to use is the weird part. 60 crew, and it produces garbage. It can produce 75 to 200 power per cycle, so we have to use quite a lot of hydrogen. I'm going to be upgrading this just in case we need it, but right now I'm actually upgrading our cell housing. I do want that false perspective and the Nihei cell protocol. Those are going to be kind of important. Right now I've got a bunch of stuff turned off just because our energy consumption is getting to the borderline of what we're allowed to do. And yeah, that's just one of those unfortunate bits of reality that we have to sort of deal with here. Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to, I don't know, deal with some of this stuff here. We still have 0 total loss, which is nice. We've got a quite large number of pod people that have been woken up at this point in time. I can actually get rid of this now. We're going to replace this thing with another recycling bay. We've actually reduced the energy production of these things, but even with that, they're still producing quite a lot of electricity, or requiring a lot of electricity. Still, if I get this, I can get this turned into a waste recycling sector, which is something that would be quite good. We'd be getting sort of bonus production out of a lot of these buildings here, which is something we technically don't need because we're already quite ahead of everything, but over here, already up to population 418, 420. We are going to need some more housing. We want to make sure that we're keeping ahead on housing with the demotic quarters, just so that we continue to get that happiness bonus, but it's a little bit less important since we're already at +6. Even though we already have mostly demotic quarters, we're like, you know, capable of dropping out +4 if we don't stick with that. Let's get the Nihei cell protocol. And hopefully we'll be able to get through a lot of this here. Now get the sedation cell upgrade unlocked here, as well as some other stuff when we've dismantled this place. And we can just leave the area, that one's fine. So all those pods are going to take a while for us to pick up, but we also have to finish colonizing this planet. It's on the way. We've got to bring another 200 people, basically. We've got lots of colonists that we've already sort of gotten to that state. We actually want to turn this place into the sector that holds all of the colonists, because we're going to have to sort of do that through here. But, yeah. Got 700 out of 742 for energy. Like, I really need to find ways to streamline that a little bit. I might be able to get rid of this infirmary, but that's like 3 energy we're reclaiming. So, you know, it really is stuff like this that's taking up all that energy. And things like these, like just having lots of them. Would love to remember like what exactly I'm getting out of these. It's 4.7 food with an automatic harvest every 5 cycles. It's 4.7 food per cycle, whereas these things are producing, well, in this sector I think they're producing 14. Yeah, so it's 7 food per cycle, which is actually technically higher than what we're getting out of these things. So this thing getting turned off to get us energy is probably the way to go, because I could turn on 2 of these. That would be worth about 4 of those, so 3 of these things is 15 energy. Yeah, these things are actually more efficient. It's just they consume garbage, which we don't really like doing, although probably actually a good idea right now. Right, get the Nihei cell protocol things there. I can get this hydrogen fire starter, reduces the power cost by 10, which is again weird. No tech to reduce the hydrogen consumption of this thing, which is also kind of weird. Do we have enough workers for this? Just barely. I'm going to go back in here and go with the intense working hours. Because we're at +7 happiness with that, and that really kicks the number of available workers in here up a couple notches. Over here, we're still plowing through like our cryopods, so this place is going to wind up with a lot of people pretty quickly. And since we're just getting housing in this sector, like, we can actually get quite a lot of stuff built for that. We'll have to build some more of these guys, but they do get upgraded for being in this type of sector here, too. So what I might want to do here is go in and get another feeding area. Just so that when that does come up finally, that's not going to really hurt me any. This is still working. Still chugging along, bringing 33 people at a time. It's going to take a while. Still no reason for me to go and fight the Piranesi like on its terms at this point in time here, so just not going to. Should be getting rid of our garbage backlog over here just a little bit as well. That still remains a bit of a problem. And we're going back up in alloys. For a while we were actually pretty hurting on alloys just because of how much we're producing. And the Exo Fighting place costs 450 alloys by itself. It's kind of crazy. It's a little bit gross how much that one costs. So having the ability to get our alloys back up to snuff without having to go through too much iron and being able to sort of just have an unlimited amount of that, really, really nice. Okay. I do kind of want to get, like, the last upgrade from here, but what we could do is actually get, like, the food production speed, like, made faster here. And then make it so that these produce, like, food super, super quickly, but that would cause them to consume garbage really quickly, which I don't really want. I think we'll do the suspended beds at the infirmary so that we can then get the sedation cell here to make it so that just one of these things can house like hundreds of people or whatever. Can already hold 162. These guys are only holding 112, so hopefully people will prioritize living in the demotic cell quarters, but I have no idea how that works. So we got openings and there are people who decide to move into the cell housing for some stupid reason. Who knows? Water's slowly dripping down here. The reason I've got these turned off is I don't want them consuming too much electricity because I've got too much electricity consumption. Yeah, I really should just do it this way. Okay, we're going to turn this off, turn these on. Since we're so stuffed with like garbage right now, it's probably a good idea for me to try and consume that faster. It's liberated a ton of electricity, so I guess it's fine at the end of the day. I do wish we could get the demotic quarters to have less energy consumption somehow. Like, getting those free would actually be really, really strong, but
No more resources available to mine.
it's probably fine. Technically speaking, like, I don't really need any mined resource, but we do start getting hydrogen now. And that's going to be a bit of a nightmare to juggle to get it stored, but that is what it is.
Administrator, you can implement a new policy.
I wouldn't mind getting it so that these guys eat less. I think I've already done that. I probably need to do actually the garbage waste recycling now. Okay. So, I'm going to resume all these and get this sector done, which is going to cause me to lose a whole ton of alloys again, but like I said, we're kind of fine as far as that goes. Hull integrity is remaining stable here in spite of the fact that we got 2 of these open. We might actually have to go like all 4 of them pretty soon to like move and stuff like that, but I think we're okay for the time being. Area 4, I've still got 300 housing, 380, so almost 400. Got more pods that we're going to be pulling in though, and that's going to be interesting. I'm wondering if I actually want or need a proper storage area, like a full dedicated storage area. That might be nice to have, but it's hard to say if we actually need it. Alright, so... sedation cell, that's going to make this place even more crazy as far as all that goes. Got access to the health center, but I don't really think we're going to need it necessarily. I'm going to take cargo logistics at this point. Okay. We have dropped this place down to 5 happiness. We can go ahead and get an alternative life center, which I think we might. But that is kind of just more resources that we're spending on that, just in case. Because I think there's events that are going to happen that are going to increase our stability, or decrease our stability by a lot more than normal. So we just want to be careful about those. I do like how these things actually look different on this part of the map. Like, look at this big guy, the triceps here, compared to, like, Godzilla, and compared to, like, our tiny little one over here. Glute. Apparently we skip leg day every time because our glutes are tiny. In any event, though. Let's also get our garbage transfer going. We want to have 0 garbage stored in Sector 4, even though we've got lots of storage for it. And we'll send all of that over to, like, this sector here. In fact, I might want to swap things here. I might want to turn this one into garbage and this one into food. Probably make more sense. I do kind of wonder, like, if we're consuming more than we're producing out of these guys. Because we're producing 65 every 10 cycles. So that's 6.5 per cycle from 4 of these. So that's actually like 26 per cycle that we're getting. And these guys, I think, consume 5 per cycle. 5.9. So we're actually, yeah, we're netting hugely positive, actually. So we're getting way, way more than we're using. Nice. Okay. And then we're also getting all of this right now since we're still able to get iron. Yeah, so I think at this point in time we are fully self-sufficient. I might not be producing enough garbage to be 100%, but I'm pretty sure we must be with this kind of backlog. Because holy heck, I'm running like these things as fast as I can from like as many things that consume garbage as I can. And it is not keeping up by any stretch of the imagination. I'm going to turn off this thing here, and I'm going to turn on all of these again. That might help us a little bit here. The reason I have these set to not quite full is that if they're set to 100% full, what happens is that they'll have their own garbage that they need to get rid of, and they won't be able to get rid of it, so it becomes a bit of a problem in that sense there instead. At a certain point, though, we can get rid of all of these things and then turn them into garbage, I guess, but... I mean, the problem right now is very different from the one that I was expecting to have at this stage of the game, honestly. I thought I would not have enough garbage. I have apparently got too much. Which is nice. Okay, so we're going to sort of mirror these a bit, even though... I don't know, we could do it exactly mirrored. I don't know if this thing's actually at the center.
Implement a new policy.
Gonna need... you know what, we'll do it like this, just in case. I could technically have shuffled all of this down a little bit, but it's kind of not that relevant, and I think it's a bit too late for that anyway. Too late for me to worry about that. Oh, this is gonna go all the way to there. Interesting. Alright, so these are starting up here. This might be enough to get us into recycling and food tier 2. I think it should be. Kind of got a comparable amount here as we have in our other sector. Now, one thing that I should probably be doing is actually getting the colonization center here. Because we're going to have like the majority of our sort of non-workers in this sector eventually. So just having this over here would probably be a good idea, generally speaking. So maybe we do that now. I don't know where exactly I want to put this. I feel like putting exactly opposite the exo fighting area might be good. Can we actually see the people watching this from the stadium? Yeah, we can. We're going to be getting +4 from this building pretty soon here. These people watching robots beat each other up. Okay, Sector 5 is now food specialization 2, but is not yet garbage specialization yet. Does bring it up to +8 happiness again, though. That's kind of great. In any event, though, yeah, we're going to be here a while. We're still waiting for this colonization to go through. It's still taking a while. And that we can't really do while we're fighting the Piranesi anyway, so we definitely have to do this one first.
No more resources available to mine.
I'm going to look for more hydrogen, honestly. But yeah, we might be getting ready to build a sector around using up hydrogen for variety of purposes, basically. And that new sector is probably just going to have to be over in this side, so we might just open up all our sectors, honestly. That will make us so that we're opening up 3 of these guys at the same time. That changes our consumption to 15, 18 per day, and again, we're producing 26 per day. So we'd be netting 8 extra alloys every single day anyhow. And that's without any of this. And I don't even think these guys are that efficient yet. Maybe they are, actually. I think... Oh no, these are 7.7 cycles. These are even faster. Yeah, so this will drop down to 7.7 as well. Well, in any event, though, that is going to be it for the time being. We'll be back once we've done something new-ish, I think. Probably going to be opening up that new sector. We'll see how long that takes us to get set up there. It is very expensive at this point in time to do this, but, you know, it's not too bad at the end of the day. I think we'll do it from over here, actually. We got more workers here, and we got more resources, so we can do it from this side more easily. So we'll go ahead and do that. But in any event, yeah, I'll be right back.